The throne hall of the Aurelian Empire was designed to intimidate. Its ceiling stretched higher than most species' cities, supported by pillars carved from the bones of extinct megafauna. Light from a dying star filtered through crystal apertures, casting long, golden shadows across the polished floor. Every sound echoed, magnified, reminding visitors how small they were in the presence of imperial power. At the center of the hall stood the alien princess. She was beautiful by galactic standards, tall, radiant, her form adorned with ceremonial armor that shimmered with energy fields. Her eyes glowed faintly, the mark of royal lineage and genetic refinement. She had never known fear, not truly. Before her knelt a human, unarmed, unarmored, still. He did not bow deeply. He did not avert his gaze. He simply stood there, hands at his sides, posture relaxed, as though the throne hall were nothing more than an empty room. The princess studied him with mild amusement. She had seen warriors beg for mercy. She had seen champions roar defiance before being broken. This one did neither. "You won't survive," she said calmly. To her, it was not a threat. It was a statement of fact. The human did not react. Around them, the court watched in silence. Generals, nobles, assassins disguised as servants. Every one of them felt it, the wrongness of the moment, the way the air felt heavier, as if something unseen had entered the room. The princess continued, explaining with clinical detachment how humans were fragile, how their bodies failed under radiation, pressure, and energy weapons, how their fleets had been dismantled in border conflicts, how this human's presence was an insult tolerated only because she found it amusing. Still, the human did not move. He did not interrupt. He did not argue. That was her first mistake, because death, when it arrives, rarely announces itself. The human had a name once. It had been spoken by friends, by comrades, by people who no longer existed. It had been recorded in databases now reduced to cosmic dust. Names mattered to the living. To the dead, they were unnecessary. He had not come as an ambassador. He had not come to negotiate. He had come because something had to end. Long before the princess was born, humanity had learned a terrible truth about the universe, that it was not fair, that strength did not always win, that morality meant nothing to entropy, and that survival required becoming something the universe feared. They had tried diplomacy first. They always did. When worlds burned, humans adapted. When fleets fell, humans learned. When entire populations were erased, humans stopped asking permission. The princess finally noticed the silence. "Why don't you beg?" she asked, curiosity replacing amusement. "Most do." The human smiled. It was not cruel. It was not kind. It was tired. He explained, quietly, that begging was for those who believed survival was possible, that fear belonged to those who still had something to lose. The court laughed nervously. Then the lights flickered. Only for a fraction of a second, barely noticeable, but the human noticed. He always noticed. The princess felt irritation rise. She gestured, and guards advanced, towering warriors clad in living armor, weapons humming with destructive power. They never reached him. Reality bent. Not exploded, not shattered, bent. The guards collapsed as though gravity itself had remembered them. Their armor imploded inward, compressing matter beyond structural limits. They were gone before their bodies hit the floor. The laughter died instantly. The princess stepped back, disbelief flashing across her face. Her shields activated automatically, layers of energy wrapping around her form. "What are you?" she demanded. The human looked up at her. "I'm what happens," he said. "After." She ordered the hall sealed, defense grids activated, ancient weapons powered up, systems designed to annihilate fleets. None of it mattered, because the human was not attacking the palace. He was turning it off. Across the empire, stars dimmed, not exploded, dimmed. Power networks failed simultaneously, war AIs went silent, fleets lost navigation, weapons, and life support within seconds. Humanity had not come with ships, they had come with inevitability. The princess screamed orders that went unanswered. Her empire, built over millennia, was unraveling faster than she could comprehend. She realized then what she had been facing. Not a soldier, not a weapon, an ending. She tried to speak, to bargain, to promise surrender. The human stepped forward, and for the first time she felt fear. He told her that humanity did not seek conquest, they sought closure, that every civilization eventually faced the consequences of its choices, that hers had chosen extinction long ago. He did not kill her in anger, he did not kill her in revenge, he simply finished what history had already begun. As the throne hall collapsed into silence, the humans stood alone among the ruins of an empire that would never be remembered as powerful, only as a warning. Later, among the stars, other species would whisper about that day, about the human who walked into a palace unafraid, about the princess who declared he would not survive. They would learn the truth too late. Humans were not death because they enjoyed it. They were death because someone had to be. And when they arrived quietly, it meant the universe had already been judged.